Right there, Sahan, if you're there. Welcome to this Australia against New Zealand Rugby League World Cup 2021, now in 2022, live stream. Both teams just in the tunnel here at Ellen Road at the moment. We'll have the national anthems and then we'll have the minute silence. I've got me poppy on there. I generally wear it all through November. So. And here come the teams. And as they walk past the Rugby League World Cup trophy, Australia's lifted this plenty of times. New Zealand's only lifted it the once. And here we are at Ellen Road, Leeds, ground that I've been to. Did a Challenge Cup semi-final there. St Helens, my team against Wigan. Two head coaches, Troy Grant, international rugby league. And they're just doing the wreath presentation at the moment. Mal Meninga with the wreath, Michael Maguire with the wreath. And then that'll be followed by the last post, minute silence. Just going into the minute silence now. Okay, that's the 2 minute silence for the last post. National anthem of New Zealand now. And that was the New Zealand national anthem, a very long version of the national anthem for New Zealand. And now we go to the Australian national anthem. And that's the Australian national anthem. I think both sides went for an opera version of their national anthem tonight. Sahan says, have you seen the NRL draw for next year? I have, but I'm not really into the NRL draw. There's some people that cream their pants over it and obsess over the draw and who they're playing. But for me, I just worry about it. When it happens next year, that's when it happens. That's when I'm going to worry about who we're playing. And now New Zealand are going to perform the haka very shortly. They're just walking over it, and they're all getting into their places at the moment. Looks like Peter Hicku's leading the haka tonight. And that's the haka. From what I can see, it's an okay crowd at Ellen Road tonight. I thought it'd be a bit more full. Of course, there was a big match that happened the other day, Leeds United against Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth were up 3-1 and Leeds United won 4-3, and the crowd went absolutely crackers. But I'd say there's about a crowd of around about 20,000 at Ellen Road. And now they're going through the team lineups at the moment. It's a good ground, Ellen Road. It's about a 5-10 minute bus ride from Leeds city centre. It's in an area of Leeds called Beeston, which is a bit rough. But I've done a lot of work in Leeds. My great granddad on my mother's side's from Leeds. Well, was from Leeds, I should say. This ground's about 130-year-old Ellen Road. It's had a lot of improvements over the years, but it does look a bit dated in certain aspects. It's not as modern as some of the other grounds. And there's some Australian fans in the crowd. They look like they're already drunk. The game hasn't even started, lads. Just ease up on the paint. For fuck's sake. Australia running from left to right. Australia in their green and gold, as always. New Zealand in their black and white. James Tedesco is going to get us underway. And here we go. World Cup semi-final underway. And Jerome Hughes catches the ball and he hits it up. First tackle. Doesn't elect to pass it. Jordan Rapida from dummy half goes left. And that looks like Britton Nakara. Yes, Britton Nakara is wrapped up by Campbell Gillard. They go left from dummy half. Fisher Harris with a good carry runs over the top of Munster, it looks like. They go left again. That's another good carry from New Zealand. They're up near the halfway line. Fourth tackle. Joey Manu walks it just over the halfway line for New Zealand. Last tackle, Brandon Smith out the back door. Jerome Hughes elects to run it. He gets around his man and he's tackled. No, Britton Nakara puts in a kick with his wrong foot. And that ball went straight to Valentine Holmes, who catches the ball. Easy catch for Valentine Holmes. And Jack Whiten takes the first hit up for Australia. Jerome Hughes caught them napping on the fifth tackle, nearly got away with that one. And Liam Martin. And he's driven back by 3 New Zealand defenders. It's Ben Hunt down the short side, but New Zealand read that well. Tackled by Charles Nickel Klukstad. Dummy half, Valentine Holmes. Out to James Voyevich. And he's tackled on the halfway line. Fifth tackle. And Nathan Cleary puts up a bomb. And it's attacked. No, Joey Manu lets the ball bounce. You never do that. And he loses the ball. And what's the referee saying? He's saying play on. It looked like Joey Manu clearly knocked that on, but the referee said no. And it's Jordan Rapine, the first hit up of the set. Dylan Brown from dummy half. Oh, that's a lost ball. That's a lost ball from New Zealand. It was Peter Hiku. He drops the pill. And that's just a bad area to give away, especially against a side like Australia. And it was Cameron Munster. It was a one-on-one tackle, and he stripped the ball. Peter Hiku went without it. Adokar grabbed it, but he lost it, so it was a knock on both ways. And this is a big chance for Australia to get first points in this World Cup semi-final from Ellen Road. Nathan Cleary out the back. They go to Tedesco. That was well read from New Zealand. Mulitalo run up, and he tackled Tedesco. First tackle, and Campbell Gillard just wakes it up, but he doesn't need too many metres. Ben Hunt from dummy half. Munster, Trbojevic. Latrell Mitchell, offload out the back. Cleary's got the ball. Ball's still alive. Fends off from his man. And he's eventually brought down 20 metres out from the goal line. Australia go right. Yo back on the inside of Campbell Gillard. And the Parramatta forwards brought 10 metres out from the line. They go right. And Munster, who's wearing the number 7, even though, I mean, they fucked up the numbers. They go left. Tedesco, steps, jigs. Tedesco brought 5 metres down from the line. Last tackle. They go left. Cleary, bomb. And Mitchell goes for it, and he lost it. And now New Zealand trying to work their way out. Manu. And he's brought down, and Mitchell's trying to strip the ball, but the referee's seeing that. And there's just a replay. Mitchell went for it and went without it. It's been a good start to the game. High pace. It was a decent kick by Nathan Cleary there. The goal left. Papali'i. And it's a great ball out on the left wing. It's Mulitalo. And what a tackle from Australia. But Mulitalo managed to get the ball back into the field of play. Nico Klukstad. Brown jigs across the field, back on the inside. X is on ball to Fisher Harris. New Zealand on the attack. They go right. Dylan Brown, Hughes, dummies. And he's tackled by Isaiah Yo. Fifth and last tackle for New Zealand. They go right. Dylan Brown passes it on to Nakari. He throws the ball out the back, offload. And then Manu puts through a kick, but it's fielded by Campbell Gillard. And Adokar takes the hit up, but he doesn't make many metres. And Jack Whiten with another hit up, another one out play. There's Liam Martin with the ball. Fourth tackle. Tedesco. And he's brought down by 3 New Zealand players. Special attention for Tedesco. Fifth tackle. Cleary with an up and under. Not the best chase from Australia, and Joey Manu's got plenty of room to move, but he's brought down by Munster. And Hughes goes left. One thing I've noticed though is that there's a few New Zealand players walking back. They're not even jogging back. They're all bunched up at the moment. Third tackle. Just over the halfway line for New Zealand. That pass looked a bit flat from Brandon Smith. Papali'i takes the ball up. He's hard to bring down. Last tackle for New Zealand. It's a bomb from Dylan Brown. And the chase is a good one from New Zealand. Tedesco brought down about 10 metres out from his goal line, centre of the field. They go left. And it's Valentine Holmes. He goes for it. Run out of dummy half, but he's brought down. And Jake Trebojevic, he takes the ball up. This game hasn't stopped. 7 minutes gone. And Isaiah Yeo takes the ball up. Ben Hunt with a kick early on the fourth tackle. And it's out in the full. That's an absolutely fucking terrible kick from Ben Hunt. And he apologises to his teammates. Oh, it's Nick from Australia. You're right there. And Jason Reeder. Welcome to this commentary live stream of the New Zealand against Australia game from Ellen Road. And now centre of the field, good field position for New Zealand. And it's Fisher Harris with the ball. They go left. Hughes at first receiver, out the back to Papali'i. He's brought down in the two-man tackle. Brandon Smith, our dummy half. And that's a great tackle from Campbell Gillard. Third tackle. They're 10 metres out, New Zealand. And topping it, offloads to Brandon Smith. Brandon Smith puts through the grubber. And, oh, Tedesco just got to that. Just got to it. And here is that Jack Whiten. Jack Whiten with the ball takes it up. Clearing from dummy half. Out to Adol Carr. Adol Carr. Third tackle for Australia. And that's a great tackle from topping it on Crichton. Fifth tackle. Australia's only made 30 metres in that set. And Cleary, he kicks the ball downfield, but it just goes straight to Manu. And New Zealand already on the 40-metre line. First tackle. To go left. Peter Hiku brought down. 6 again for New Zealand. Australia offside. And this game being played at a fast pace. 10 minutes gone. I don't even think there's been a stoppage yet. And that was a big ram truck tough tackle from Nathan Cleary and Papali'i. 1-on-1. Joey Manu tries to get on the outside of Mitchell. And Joey Manu tries to milk that for all it's worth. Third tackle. Rapine, short ball, out the back. Bit of a wraparound play there from New Zealand, trying something new. Brandon Smith, fourth tackle, out to Dylan Brown. He runs at the line, out the back to Papali'i. And Papali'i's, his shorts have been ripped off. His shorts have been ripped off. He's in his underpants. He's got no Kens on, like. Oh, it's a try to New Zealand. It was a bomb from across the field. And the referee's given it. And it's 4-0 to New Zealand with a kick to come. It was Jerome Hughes. And for the second time in this World Cup tournament, Australia are behind on the scoreline. There's Pro Enzo Vids, welcome to the chat. And it's Joey Manu. He leapt for the ball like one of those NBA basketball players. And he's passed the ball back to Jerome Hughes. And that's a lovely try from New Zealand. Pinpoint kick from Dylan Brown. Manu leapt for the ball like a gazelle. And the coach's box loves that. Stacey Jones with a bottle of water there. Michael Maguire. And this crowd of around about 20,000 in for a treat already at Ellen Road. Tedesco barking orders behind the goal line there. Adol Carr barking instructions as well. And Jordan Rapiney with a chance to make it 6-0 on the scoreline. He's bleeding heavily from the ear though. Lots of claret coming out there, like. And then he blows some snot out of his nose as he looks up at the posts. And he takes a 3-step run up with his pink boots on and he kicks it. It's 6-0 to New Zealand. Pro Enzo Vids love that try. And the restart from Australia. Oh, it's a steal, 1-on-1. From the kickoff, it looked like Latrell Mitchell stole the ball and strode under the post, but the referee had other ideas. It's a penalty to New Zealand and Australia under pressure once again. I think there was 2 men in the tackle anyway, so it wouldn't have counted for Australia. And here we go. After the penalty, New Zealand were just over the halfway line, 6-0 on the scoreline. New Zealand leading Australia after 13 minutes. They go left. And Joseph Tarpany runs back into the defence. Smith. Oh, and that was a solid hit by... Who's that? That was a solid hit on the Penrith player, James Fisher-Harris. Offload, Brandon Smith, out the back. They go right, Manu. Manu offload, Hiku. Peter Hiku, the North Queensland player. Brought down, 5 metres out. 4th tackle, Hughes left. Fisher-Harris. And he's dumped, but he gets the offload away. Papali'i left. Oh, great tackle for Low. He gets away. No, that was good. That was good defending there from Valentine Holmes. He had to make that tackle. Dylan Brown with another kick. Very similar to the one they put up before. And this time, Latrell Mitchell takes it. And Australia breathed a huge sigh of relief. And now Adol Carr trying to get on the outside of his man, and he's absolutely smacked by Jordan Rapiner. He says, fucking take that. And Angus Crichton takes the ball up. Adol Carr looks a bit rattled after that. And Isaiah Yeo throws the dummy, but New Zealand were falling for that one. 4th tackle. That was a good tackle from Rapiner. Here we go. Here we go down the sideline. And who was that? Valentine Holmes. He made about 30 metres with that run. Cleary. They run up at him. He throws the ball out. Here comes Adol Carr. Oh, what a try. New Zealand fucking switched off. And it's a try of Australia. Well, that was something out of nothing. That was absolutely something out and out there. Like the kick from across the field. They thought the ball was going to Cleary. But the winger for New Zealand just fell asleep there. Who's that? Was that Rapiner? Rapiner totally misjudged the flight of the ball, fell asleep. Didn't realise Josh Addo-Carr was racing down the field, and he takes the ball on the full. I've been watching rugby league for quite a long time, and I've never seen a try like that before. That was really bizarre. That was like something out of training. And just when you thought New Zealand were on the front foot against Australia, Australia just turned it around just like that. Unbelievable. All right there, Jai's NRL stuff. Well, that's a turn of events there. New Zealand were on top. And out of nothing, Australia equalised. It's now 6 points to 4. And Nathan Cleary has a chance to make it 6-all. 16 minutes gone in the match. Make that 17 minutes. And Nathan Cleary, his goal kicking hasn't been the best at the World Cup, but it's dry conditions tonight, not that much wind, so he should slot this over, you'd imagine. And it's over. So it's 6-all. New Zealand and Australia after 17 minutes on the clock. And Josh Addo-Carr, I love that one. Look, it was a knout. There was knout going for Australia there whatsoever, like. And Ben Hunt with that bomb. I think he was just hoping for. I don't think he planned that. But there you go, just like that. And now wrapping it from the restart. And off the back fence comes Jake Trbojevic. And he only knows one way, and that's straight. And here comes Latrell Mitchell. They go left through Hunt to Campbell Gillard. He's brought down about 25 yards out from Australia's goal line. X is on ball to Angus Crichton. He's brought down. Fourth tackle, they go right. And it's Tedesco. And this game has not stopped. I don't think that we've had a stoppage, maybe one stoppage. Nathan Cleary with another bomb. And this is a better chase from Australia. They're really putting pressure on Manu. And Martin went for the tap back, but he totally missed it. And Manu with a good take. And they go left. Mulatalo is swamped by the Australian defence. They go right. Nickel Klukstad. There was 3 in that tackle. Brandon Smith from dummy half, he's caught. He didn't really go anywhere with that play. Oh, what a hit. What a hit on James Fisher-Harris. He was put on his back there. Fit tackle. 40 metres out from their own goal line. Brandon Smith puts through a kick and goes straight to the full of Tedesco, and he's off. Well, first tackle, Munster was nearly out. But then he's swamped by 3 New Zealand defenders. Fisher-Harris over the top. They go right with Campbell Gillard once again. Third tackle out the back, Cleary, Tedesco, and Whiten as well tackled. Fourth tackle, about 20 metres out. That's a really poor pass from Australia. Crichton took an eternity to take that ball, and he lost about 10 metres with that poor pass. Fifth tackle, a nothing kick from Munster, a daft little chip. And that's a bad kick from Munster. And wrapping it, this is where Australia really sort of need to rush up in defence. But they elect to go, they elect to run it. Mulatalo, he really should have passed there. Third tackle though, New Zealand throwing the ball around a bit. Papali'i runs back to where the play just happened. Manu puts on a step, but no one was filled with that. Smith quickly the ball left. Great tackle. Who was that? Jack Whiten straight around the legs like a Victor lawnmower. And Tedesco, he was looking to catch that touch and go. The chase was okay from New Zealand there. And Valentine holds a strong carry, but he's drilled into the ground there. And there's Patrick Carrigan. That's his first touch of the ball, Patrick Carrigan. He's on the field. New Zealand with an interchange. Isaac Liu on the field, Bromwich off. And Adil Carr, he loses the ball. That was a third tackle. About 40 metres out from Australia's goal line, Adil Carr. He was looking to get the ball away and he's lost the ball. And Rapina makes up for his earlier error. He was the one that come over the top and dislodged the ball. All right there, Ben's on NRL predictions. New Zealand with the scrum, and Papali'i's got a new set of shorts on. His previous ones were ripped and torn, exposing some very bright underpants. Brandon Smith and dummy half Hughes. Fisher Harris. "20 metres out, New Zealand left. Hughes out the back. Dylan Brown out the back. Manu, he should have passed. He had an unmarked. And what's New Zealand done now? What are they doing? The ball went to ground. Now they're only 10 metres out, New Zealand. Wasn't deemed knocked on. We're on the last tackle. Fifth tackle, 5 metres out, Smith. Brown out the back to Hughes. Hughes with a grubber. Tedesco loses it and Munster's in an offside position, it looked like. And what's Munster doing? He doesn't want to give the ball back. And New Zealand are thinking about it. Michael Maguire, he's on the walkie-talkie going like that. It's currently 6-all. New Zealand and Australia. 24 minutes gone on the clock, 16 minutes to half time. And it looks like New Zealand's going to take the 2. Rapina takes an eternity with his kicks leg. And there's the coach's box for Australia. Mal Meninga, Adrian Lamb, Michael Hagan. If you can hear that outside, there's a lot of annoying little gobshites riding around on trail bikes and those 50cc bikes, and they go up and down the road there, and you just want to get like a brick or something and throw it at them. Rapina takes an eternity. Rapina steadies himself. And it's over. He takes his customary two-step run up, and the ball goes over. So New Zealand now leading Australia 8 points to 6. And there's a Belgian flag in the crowd. 25 minutes gone on the clock. New Zealand 8, Australia 6. And this decent crowd at Ellen Road, they've been treated to a good match of rugby league. This is probably one of the closest matches at the Rugby League World Cup so far. New Zealand restart, and Tapani is brought down about 10 metres out from the New Zealand goal line. They go left, Hughes. Fisher Harris is wrapped up about 15 metres out from the New Zealand goal line. And who's this? Isaac Liu. Former Eastern Suburbs player, now at the Gold Coast. And here's Manu. Another carry. New Zealand up to the 40-metre line. Fourth tackle. They go right, Hughes. They got numbers, New Zealand, but it was well read by Cameron Munster and Patrick Cavaghan. Fifth tackle, New Zealand on the halfway line. And Dylan Brown with another high kick. And Valentine Holmes takes that comfortably. Australia trying to work their way out of their own half here. Good chase from New Zealand. New Zealand have got really good line speed as well. And now Adol Carr from dummy half. And he's driven down by 3 New Zealand players. Australia 40 metres out from their line. Short ball to Murray, who looked to be hit high there. Last tackle, Nathan Cleary will do the deep bomb. And this time Manu gets it. The chase is good from Australia. There was Militaru from dummy half. He goes for a gallop. He's about 25 metres out from his line. Brandon Smith out the back, some second phase play. And there's Fisher Harris with his hot pink boots on. Smith out the back. Oh, great tackle. Jack Whiten on Dylan Brown. He read that like a book. And who was that? New Zealand fifth tackle just over the halfway line. Hughes with the bomb. Kicks it down to Carr, who's got plenty of time. Takes it. Then he looks to step around the New Zealand players, but he doesn't get anywhere. Tedesco from dummy half breaks away from the first man. In Australia, they need some good carries here. It's the third tackle. They're only on the 20-metre line. They go right. Grant. They try to shift it. Here we go. Jack Whiten, hands. And Liam Martin tries to get around Mulatalo, but Mulatalo drags him down. Australia now on the attack. 40 metres out, they go left. Munster. Tedesco, tackled. Back to Munster. Munster, he's brought down. Last tackle, 20 metres out from the goal line. Australia go right clip. Pass out to Whiten. Whiten, oh, he's tackled. Pass the ball out. Is that a try? No, they're going to go to the video referee. To me, it looked like a try. Whiten, he was tackled. It was a try saving. And then he's passed the ball out the back somehow. And Valentine Holmes just walks over it. All right there, Goofy Gaming. That's a try for mine. And Australia, once again, they're under a bit of pressure. And they come up with something. It was just something from now. Manu went for the tackle on Whiten. He fell off it. Whiten's passed the ball off the ground. And it's a try. It's a try to Australia. And Jonathan Davies loves that. It was Grant out to clear it. White with a brilliant step. Then he was brought down by Manu, try-saver. Manu fell off the tackle, and then Whiten's just passed the ball off ground there. And Valentine Wolves is one of the easiest tries he'll score in his professional rugby league career. And here's the replay again. It was the step from Whiten which opened up the line. And then Manu with it. I thought it was going to be a great try-saver, but he fell off. And the pick-up as well from Valentine Wolves. This crowd that would have paid a minimum of 25 quid to get in, like they would have been happy with that play. And here's Cleary from the sideline. You can see the Norman Hunter and Jack Charlton stands. This game has hardly stopped. And the kick from Cleary across the face of goal, and it is now Australia 10, New Zealand 8. And I'll try to fix this banner. Let's try to fix this banner, shall we? Okay, there we go. New Zealand get us back underway. 9 minutes to go till half time. Australia 10, New Zealand 8. Second tackle, and the line speed there from New Zealand's very quick. They're not really giving Australia much room to move on this set. And it's Cameron Murray with a good carry. Grant from dummy half. Oh, great tackle from New Zealand. Moses Leota. What a tackle. And they go left. And it's Isaiah Yeo brought down by Isaiah Papali'i. And that's Munster on the 5th tackle. He kicks the ball down to Manu. Manu on the 10-metre line. Goes to a gallop. He makes it to the 20-metre line. He's driven back but gets the offload away to Jerome Hughes. Wrapping it, steps. Gets around one tackle. And it's Peter Hiku. Good carry for Miku. Second tackle. Mustafa Solomona is driven back there. Some great tackling there from Australia. Third tackle, they go left, short side. Isaiah Papali'i. Oh, another physical hit. That's a tough tackle there by Jack White. And that hit Isaiah Papali'i. He stayed down. They go, they got numbers here in New Zealand. They go right. Latrell Mitchell brings down Peter Hiku. Last tackle, New Zealand. They're throwing the ball around in this set. The ball goes up to Tedesco. They let the ball bounce. Oh, no. Oh, look at. And then Valentine Holmes gets the ball. You never do that when you play rugby league. You never let the ball bounce. And Australia with Jack Whiten. 7 minutes to go. Australia 10, New Zealand 8. Third tackle, Australia. Tedesco. He works the ball up to that halfway line. Out the back. Munster dummy. Oh, don't fall for that dummy with Munster. Last tackle Australia. Quick clear the ball. Nathan Cleary with a bomb. It's a decent kick. Adol Carr gets it. They let the ball bounce again. Mulatalo gets it. He tries to step around Nathan Cleary, but he doesn't do it. Manu out to Charles Nicol-Klugstad. Dylan Brown dummy off. Rapiner, nearly gets away. Third tackle, some quick clear the ball from New Zealand. And they work their way up to the halfway line. And Isaac Liu takes it up over the halfway. Fifth tackle, New Zealand. Hughes with another up and under. The chase is good for New Zealand though. Adol Carr takes it good. Comfortable take for Adol Carr. Now Latrell Mitchell on the first tackle. He's had a quiet game so far, Latrell Mitchell. There's Angus Crichton takes the ball up for Australia. 35 minutes gone. Australia 10, New Zealand 8. Here we go again, Whiten. Whiten's actually been quite good in this match. He's brought down by Charles Nicol-Klugstad. Cleary, left. They go left again. Isaiah Yeo. And Isaiah Yeo is directly on the halfway line on the Ellen Road pitch. And it's Nathan Cleary with one of them infamous spiral kicks. Manu, it just takes it. Manu gets away from it the first attempt. And it's Munster that brings him down. Hughes. Nicol-Klugstad to Rapiner. Cleared the ball. Nicol-Klugstad again. Third tackle. There's a Sofa Solomone. Gets away from the first one, Cavigan. Just over the halfway line, New Zealand go left with Papali'i out the back. And it goes out to Mulatalo. He puts down the afterburners. And it's a try to New Zealand. And they caught Australia short. Right before half time, New Zealand take the lead. And Jason Reader puts a flag. And it's Dylan Brown, the Parramatta man, with the try for New Zealand. New Zealand 12, Australia 10. On the replay, Papali'i quick ball left to Mulatalo. Mulatalo was too quick. Back on the inside of Dylan Brown. It looked all too easy for New Zealand there. They really caught Australia napping there. Whiten couldn't quite get to Mulatalo. Back on the inside. It was Valentine Hose that rushed up in the fence for Australia. And Dylan Brown loved that. And Stacey Jones in the coach's box in New Zealand goes, fuck yeah! You could read his lips there. And Dylan Brown crosses right in front of the Don Revie stands. Of course, Don Revie, Leeds United's greatest ever manager. And there's Michael Maguire barking instructions. But maybe this was a tactic from New Zealand to play not at their best for the entire tournament until it really mattered. We'll just never know. And Rapiner with the chance to make it. He gets it. He kicks the ball through the sticks. And it's New Zealand. And it's 14-10 to New Zealand with just over about a minute to play until half time. Jerome Hughes. Once again on the first tackle, he's the one that does the first hit up, not one of the forwards. Lose that, Moses Leota. They go left. They go left. Sofa Solomon, another big carry. He knocks Cameron Murray straight over. Quick play of the ball. Joseph Manu. Australia just have to hang on here. Hughes with another bomb. Adukar takes it. "20 seconds to go. And Tedesco, he threw the dummy, nearly got through. Grant's dummy half. 6 again for Australia. 10 seconds to go till half time. Tedesco runs. And Tedesco's caught with it, and that's half time. That was probably the best half of rugby I've seen at this tournament so far. Australia 14, I should say, sorry, New Zealand 14, Australia 10 half time. I think the commentator was a bit over exaggerated there. Like he said, it's the best 40 minutes of any game all year in any competition. I don't think so, but each to their own. And there's Tedesco. He's not particularly happy. He's been interviewed at half time. And now Jordan Rappin has been interviewed at half time.
You're at home watching this and there are other people in your house not watching, don't get them for the second half. If you're in the pub and you're watching this and other people in the pub are watching, get them around your table so they can see it. And if you're at home as well on your own,
I don't think anyone's going to be watching the game in my town, like. Nobody gives a fuck about rugby league in this town.
In any sport, in my opinion, that the power, the physicality, the pace,
it was a good first half, though. I will say that. I thought that both sides were good. I think New Zealand just edged it, though. Obviously, ahead on the scoreboard, 14 points to 10 half time. Bit stiff, like. That's what happens when you do an office job, because you're not moving that much, you get stiff. Robbie Paul's shaking. Jason Reid is loving it. It might be, well, what will the time be there? Probably about 9 o'clock in the morning. Jason Reid is probably having a beer.
times it feels like I've gone up several years. They have to, because of how each other are playing. And each other have got the best out of each other, haven't they? Because Australia have performed fantastic as well. Brilliant. City's there. Quiet. Still. It's in the heat of the battle. Forgive me for being a bit laggy and thinking of what is it. Realistically, seen that. Seen some execution. There is so much from that.
Let me the phone go.
And New Zealand at top, like the country, didn't they? Well, they did. What forward showed actually early goal. Maybe first few sets, first few kicks that we got. I think further in the week. So it was a bit of a struggle. CQ's here. It's true to so many marks at this stage. This was first time that New Zealand got organised. We got organised. He's had a brilliant performance. Smart.
Oh. Oh, Slick from Australia. Welcome. Welcome back to this live stream. And open up the window there, like we're getting a bit hot in here. He's a fucking daft cunt, isn't he? I think Whiting's been good in his first tackling. This try from Australia was just. This was from fucking Nout. Raffin just fell asleep there. All right there, Adam 26. You're all right. It's just half time at the moment, so I can't really commentate. I'm just watching this try from Adel Carr. Just come from Nout. sort of like a hit and hope from Hunt and Rapping fell asleep and Adult Car. He looks like Sloth, doesn't he? Jamie George Buchanan. He looks like Sloth. You know, they say that commentating's easy, but doing this play-to-play stuff, it wakes your voice out, like. It's good. It's good just to have a rest. Now this was a great try. It was a step from Whiten, just unlocked the defence. It was Klugstad which missed. Judging by the reaction of when the players score a try, you can definitely tell that the neutrals are going for New Zealand in this match. There was a bigger cheer when New Zealand scored the try as opposed to the Australian tries. It's been a brilliant game, this. Adam's loving it. He's a rugby league convert. I don't know if it's the suit jacket, but it makes Jamie George Buchanan look tiny. Robbie Pardo, one of Bradford's best ever players and one of New Zealand's best ever players as well, so he knows what he's talking about. There's just Rugby League's most favourite player in the world, John Wilkin. It went out our maiden win. Where is? We won We won the World Cup in 1954, 1960, 1972. And they're saying it was the first one. No, it weren't. Great Britain won the first World Cup in 1954. We beat France. See, I should be on BBC, shouldn't I? Whenever they need someone to consult about something that happened in the past, I could just be sat there. Oh, they're back out there already. And now New Zealand, they're kicking from left to right, second half, just about to be underway. They're going to be running towards the Norman Hunter stand where the fanatical Leeds United supporters sit behind the goal or stand or climb on the goalpost and throw stuff. How can your girlfriend fancy Jamie Jones Buchanan? If she said I fancy Kyle Eamor, I might see okay then. Second half goal. Here we go. Australia first hit up at the ball with Cameron Murray. They go right. And Liam Martin with a good carry as well. This is better from Australia to start the second half. Tedesco up to the halfway line. Third tackle, onto the fourth. It's Isaiah Yeo just going for a settler. Fifth tackle, they go to Cleary. Cleary puts it up in the air. This is a good chase from, it looked like Klukstad was getting in the road of the Australian players, but New Zealand brought 10 metres down from their own goal line. Great tackle. Cameron Murray with a good hit on Klukstad. Nickel Klukstad, I should say. Isaiah Papali'i, third tackle. They go right. Manu steps. Tries to get around Crichton, but can't be getting around Munster. Munster brings him down on the ground. Fourth tackle, they go left. And that's Moses Leota, who's been, I thought he's been quite good off the bench so far today. Fifth tackle, Hughes with a kick downfield. Takes one bounce and then it's taken by Tedesco. Tedesco looks up and sees a wall of black and white. All right, Adam 26. Adukar goes for a carry. He doesn't get very far though. He's not the heaviest person on the field, and he's driven. Carrigan with a strong carry. Grant out dummy half. Could that be a 6 again? No. Munster goes right to Tedesco, hands. Touched by New Zealand, I think. Is it? Zero tackle. It was touched by New Zealand. Australia need to be patient here. They've got a full set of 6. Cleary, he puts the foot down and nearly gets halfway through. A set restart to Australia. They're only 5 metres out from the line. And he's lost the ball. Cameron Murray. Are they going to do a captain's challenge? Oh, it looked like there were a hand in there. There was definitely. Oh, they should captain's challenge this. They're not going to captain's challenge it. That's a bad miss from Australia. 3 minutes gone, second half. New Zealand 14, Australia 10. New Zealand that need some brave carries here just to get the ball out from their danger zone there. They go left, Isaac Liu, First tackle. Should I see a second tackle? Left. Asafa Solomone. He's brought down by about 4 Australian players. Dummy half Smith. Manu quickly the ball and sort of made a half break there, but he was tackled by the Australian defence. Last tackle. Hughes with another kick towards Anu Carr. They've been targeting that side of the field all night. Oh no, what's going on? Oh, Anu Carr with an absolute shocker. They go to the video referee, but I think this is a try to New Zealand. But they're seeing no try. The ball went up. Anu Carr just went like that. The ball's hit his chest and gone forwards. Moses Leota's grabbed the ball and then got the ball on to Hiku, who scored. Hiku thinks it's a try. The New Zealand players see it's a try, but the video referee is going to have to decide what the outcome is. Well, it looked like Hiku's offside from the kick. I think Hiku's in front of Jerome Hughes when he kicks the ball. So they're offside from the kick. Oh, that's a let off for Australia there, because if Hiku were behind Hughes, that would have been a try. Oh, Trust Rugby League. Evening. Good evening. Good evening. Buenas tardes. A huge let off for Australia. Because I tell you, that was a try. If Hiku was behind the kicker, that was a try. So a stroke of luck there for Australia. Can they do something with this fortune that's been given to them? Gran out the back, first tackle, Carrigan driven back in a very strong tackle. I think Carrigan's been well contained all night. They go right. It's Cameron Murray. See, and that goes back to that captain's challenge of Australia. Captain's challenged. Out the back, Cleary. They've tackled. Out the back, Yo. Out the back, Cleary. Tedesco. That's well read by. And then who was that? I think it was Brandon Smith coming with an unnecessary hit. Cleary. Oh, Cleary nearly through there, like. And then Cleary loses the ball. Oh, and then there's a fight. How are you? Fucking someone threw a punch. Who is it? Ronaldo Mulatalo, Liam Martin. Everyone's involved. All 13 players on both sides are involved in this. Everyone come running in from all angles. And Jordan Rapiner gives Papali'i a high five. Papali'i looking to gain some revenge for the grand final defeat. Oh, that's how it started. Papali'i walked over the top of Nathan Cleary and said, "Who's your daddy?" And then everyone was into it. I love that. It was Cameron Murray who started it. He pushed Papali'i and then Mulatalo run over. And it's really hard to tell who was doing what. No. Ashley Klein's not sending anyone off, but it's a penalty in New Zealand because I think Murray instigated the whole thing, like so. Who do I think is going to win this game? At the moment, it looks like New Zealand's going to win. It definitely looks like New Zealand's going to win this match. They've got under the skin of Australia. But in saying that could go either way. Second tackle, New Zealand. They go right with Smith, out the back. Hughes, X's on pass. Leota straightens up the defence. They go right. Hughes, another X's on play. War nearly catches Australia open there. Carrigan with the tackle. Smith, quick play the ball. Left, Dylan Brown, left out. Oh, Mulatalo nearly fell out of there. Went out of play there. Brown back on the inside steps. Smith elects the kick and then runs. Oh, and Munster just holds on. Fifth tackle. Hughes. Cut out pass. Oh, great defence from Australia. Who was that? Latrell Mitchell. Mitchell with the tackle. And now Australia play the ball. About 10 metres out from their in goal line. 10 metres out from their goal line there, like. And Yo straightens up the defence. Grant. Now to Munster. Early kick. Fourth tackle. Manu catches it on the full and brings it back. And a good chase from Australia. The green and gold wall. Wrapping it with a 1-1 out carry. Hughes. Brown. Papali'i, who I think's been good tonight, but he's driven back about 5 yards. Nathan Cleary involved. Nico Klukstad, just near the halfway line, fourth tackle. And it's Isaac Liu with the ball. 40 metres out from Australia's goal line, fifth tackle. And Hughes once again targets Adil Carr. And Adil Carr takes it, but he's immediately hit in a very hard tackle. It was one of those where you just had to put your body on the line. And Tedesco tries to step around. Oh, that's a high tackle. That's a high tackle. No, the referee said it's not, even though I think it looked a bit high. Valentine Holmes. Fourth tackle for Australia. 40 metres out from their goal line. Flat pass from Yo. And then back to Yo. Went to Munster, back to Yo. Fifth and last. They elect to run it looks like. No, Munster. Puts the ball up high. And Rapinoe gets the ball. Fends off Munster, but Murray takes him. Good chase from Australia. And it's Mulatalo, who's got a bit of white paint on the side of his face. Third tackle for New Zealand. Oh, who was that? Nathan Cleary shot out of the line there, but he totally missed. That's Isaac Liu once again. And they're just short of the halfway line, New Zealand. Fifth tackle, Hughes with another kick to Adil Carr. But this time, Tedesco fields this one. And it's a good chase. I think the kick chase from both sides tonight has been good. Adil Carr. And well, this is a relieving penalty for Australia. Peter Hiku offsides for New Zealand. Michael Maguire would not be happy with that leg. And Australia looking to get the ball rolling. Nathan Cleary with an early kick out to touch. 11 minutes gone, second half. New Zealand 14, Australia 10. At Ellen Road in front of about 20,000 fans. Another set restart for Australia. Patrick Cavigan goes for a settler. They're right in the middle of the field, about 20 yards out from the New Zealand goal line. Cleary goes right, double pub. Munster, Liam Martin, well read from New Zealand. They go left, Grant, Cleary. Good tackle from Fisher Harris, his Penrith teammate. Grant goes right. Tedesco skips, brought down by Fisher Harris. Fourth tackle for Australia. Cleary. Back on the inside, great pass. Yo, brought down 5 metres out. That's a penalty. That has to be a penalty, sir. And Manu protests, but it's ever since 1908 or 1895, it's been a penalty. So, what's Australia going to do here? Australia's going to pepper New Zealand's goal line here. And who's this? It's Murray. Murray's over underneath the post. It's a try to Australia. New Zealand, they didn't look set. And Cameron Murray with a try underneath the goalpost. And that's the third try tonight where Australia scored from practically nothing. Nothing was going on, and they've scored another try. Adam 26 asks, where does this referee normally referee? In the NRL, and nobody likes him. I agree, Dave. Awful defence. It looks like New Zealand, they just weren't set. They weren't ready. And when you get someone like Cameron Murray, who's one of the ultimate competitors in the NRL, there isn't really much of Murray. When you actually see Murray in real life, there isn't much of him, but he's a competitor. I had the bottle on the table the whole time with no beer, Matt. And it's 16-14, just like that, out and out. I hear these banners, like, they're shite. All right, there we go. And Australia with the ball once again, 16 points to 14. And Tino is driven back. Second tackle. Cavigan. Another strong carry. 15 metres out from the Australian goal line. They go left. Yo. And once again, Cavigan. 15 minutes gone, second half, Australia 16, New Zealand 14. They go left. And Tino runs behind his own player, nearly gives away a penalty. And Brandon Smith tries to strip the ball, but the referee says let go of the ball. Nathan Cleary. It's a deep kick. Mulitalo grabs it. Throws it. I thought that went forward, but the referee said it went backwards. New Zealand with Mulitalo once again. And New Zealand will be really disappointed because They had Australia there for a moment, but just a few daft 6 agains, penalties, and then falling asleep. Kieran Foran's on the field. He's in first involvement in the match. Moses Leone. Fourth tackle, Joey Manu. Oh, he loses the ball. Great tackle from Carrigan and Tino. He went for the big carry, and it was the shoulder, that left shoulder from Tino, dislodged the ball. And that's a big play from Tino, who's just come on the field himself. So interchanges for both sides, Foran on the field and Tino on the field. And Steve Price, Stacey Jones and Michael Maguire look on from the coach's box. Steve Price in a familiar scenario now with his team behind the scoreline. It was like that when he was at Warrington quite often. And Tino takes the ball up. 40 metres out from the New Zealand goal line, they go right. Carrigan. He's brought down from Papali'i. They go right again, blindside, Martin. And that play never really looked on. It was an absolute Barry Crockett. Oh, and here we go. Nelson Asafa Solomone with the hit up. And it was Nathan Cleary involved. A couple of other people. And Nathan Cleary stood over Asafa Solomone and mimicked what Isaiah Papali'i did to him. And there was a bit of pushing and shoving. Liam Martin was involved as well. There was Liam Martin and Nathan Cleary. And now Fisher Harris is having a go in the replay there at his Penrith teammate Liam Martin. So from the scrum, Australia, Latrell Mitchell steps out and one tackle. He's been, I'd say, a bit quiet tonight by his standards. Munster from dummy half. Tino takes the ball up. 10 metres out from the New Zealand goal line. Australia 16, New Zealand 14. Grant goes right. Yo back on the inside. Carrigan runs behind Grant, but no penalty. A bit destroyed there from Australia. They go left, Cleary. New Zealand weren't falling for it, and they drill him into the ground. Fourth tackle. 10 metres out. Grant from dummy half nearly catches New Zealand napping. And they just hold him out, New Zealand. Australia last tackle. Cleary. Golf chip. Back on the inside. Picked up by Yo. Munster. It looks like it's 6 again to Australia. Munster back on the inside. Oh, that's a major let off for New Zealand. I think there was an unnecessary push on Kieran Foran. Munster having words with Ashley Klein, but we'll have to wait for the replay. Munster runs across the field. And Latrell Mitchell, what was he thinking there? There's no need for that push on Foran. Good acting by Foran, though. Oh, great tackle. Moses Leota is swamped by 4 Australian defenders. They go left, Dylan Brown, Papali'i. The Parramatta connection. Although Papali'i is going to West Tigers next year for some reason, I don't know why. Dylan Brown runs across the field, throws an inside pass to Asafa Solomone. Or should I say Fisher Harris? They both got similar tattoos. And Brighton the Carver, who was good in the first half, is back on the field. Asafa Solomone has actually gone off. Tarpon is on. Tedesco, good shape from Tedesco. There was arms everywhere, but he only had eyes for the ball. Adokar, I think, especially I'm enjoying this as an England supporter, and if you're a Samoan supporter, you'll be liking this as well, because this has been a physical match. There'll be a lot of sore bodies. This has been Australia's first test of the World Cup, and they're just getting the job done at the moment, but not really convincingly. Yo out the back. Offload by Martin. Back on the inside of Yo. Fourth tackle. Hunt. Dummy half. Cleary with another spiral kick. One of those infamous spiral kicks. Oh, and good saves from Joey Manu. That ball was swirling around in the air. And Munster goes for the strip, but Manu knows Munster well from the NRL. Of course, in that 2018 NRL Grand Final. Oh, and there's a lost ball. I think it just looked poor ball security from Jordan Rapiney. Gives the ball back to Australia. And Michael Maguire just punches one of the computer monitors. Second tackle Australia on the attack again after that Rapiney area. They go left. Back on the inside of Travojevic. 2 tackles remain. Australia go right. 10 metres out. Tedesco. Cleary, they got numbers. Munster, he had the pass and he didn't pass. Great defence from Isaiah Papali'i though. Last tackle. Cleary. They've got numbers here, Australia, no, New Zealand. Angus Crichton puts through a grubby. Wasn't a bad grubby, but Mulatalo was brave. He takes the ball, but he was absolutely smashed by the Australian players. And he gets up gingerly. And then, I think someone's seriously injured for. Well, there's 2 players down for New Zealand, Mulatalo and then Nico Klupstad. He went to see it, the ball up. He was about 5 metres out, and Tino's absolutely smashes him. As it looks on the replay, as Nico Klupstad went to spin in the tackle, he copped a shoulder right in the back. Well, that was brave from Mulatalo. Both players here for New Zealand at the moment. And as we see an aerial view of Leeds home grounds, Ellen Road, one of the great stadiums in English football, over 120-year-old. I've been there myself. Great grounds. It's a good city, Leeds. I've done lots of work there. My great grandfather on my mother's side from Leeds. Was from Leeds, sorry. He's not alive. obviously. And that were a massive tackle from Tino there over the top. And Nico Klukstad's still feeling the effects of that tackle, but here comes Papali'i. Papali'i's hard to bring down, but Australia do on that occasion. And some of the hits from Australia and the line speed have really picked up in the last 5 minutes or so. It's Tarpany with the ball. He's had a very good World Cup and he's very hard to bring to the ground. 30 metres they made on that set, and here we go. This could be out in the full. Oh, here we go, Adokar. Oh, great tackle from Hughes over the top, and then I think it was Hiku, because it was a nothing kick from Hughes. It was a wobbly out kick. Hiku lost it. Adokar pounced on it, and as a result, Australia 20 metres out from the New Zealand goal line. Second tackle. Third tackle for Australia. 10 metres out, they go left. Munster steps again. Fourth tackle. Hunt from dummy half. Goes left. Angus Crichton. He had Adokar out on the outside, but he couldn't get the ball away, wrapped up by 2 New Zealand players. Last tackle, Mitchell from dummy half. Out to Hunt. Cleary puts in a nothing kick. Well taken by Rapine. And Rapine will play the ball 5 metres out from the New Zealand goal line. And Nico Klukstad, he looks to have recovered from that tackle. He plays the ball. Isaiah Papali'i, once again, he's bent over, he's bent like a pretzel. Fisher Harris, he doesn't make many metres either. Fourth tackle forward from dummy half. Manu, he's tackled. And New Zealand only made 28 metres in that set. Out to Hughes, he needs a good kick. And he kicks it down the throat of Tedesco, not what you want to do. But a decent chase from New Zealand and that black and white wall. That looked like a crusher from Tedesco, from Asafa Solomone. Nathan Cleary caught with the ball in the second tackle. That's a bit strange. The goal right, Jack Whiten. They go left, Valentine Holmes. Just over the 40-metre line in New Zealand's territory, Australia left with Yo. He stepped, he thought about passing, but he elected to hold on to the ball. Fifth tackle, they go left. Cleary, high kick. And taken by Hiku. And these are going to be some brave carries from New Zealand. And on the replay, Hiku takes the ball. His eyes were always on the ball there. And some of the New Zealand players are sucking in the big ones. They have to come up with something. They have to come up with something from somewhere. Hughes on the inside. Asafa Solomone tries to get the ball away. He can't. Tries to get a quick play of the ball. Fifth tackle. Hughes puts in a little tiny daft little kick. And Tedesco ran on that ball with pace. Second tackle, Cleary. Holmes. Third tackle for Australia, just over the 50-metre line. Cleary goes for a run from dummy half and made a half break there. Then Hunt, then Travojevic, who's wearing the number 5 Shit. Clearing back on the inside. Tedesco slips over. He's hit high by Leote. But Tedesco did slip and was hit high, but the referee said no penalty handover. 10 minutes to go. Championship round. New Zealand's 35 metres out from their goal line. Sofa Solomona takes the ball up, tries to get an offload away, but can't. Forward, Manu. Offload out the back, Papali'i. Steps. This is better from New Zealand. There's a bit of razzle-dazzle on that play. They go right. Fisher Harris. And as you can see on the stat, New Zealand have made 16 offloads to Australia's 5. Oh, great defence from Mitchell there. He read that like a book. Another good tackle from Mitchell, but Tarpany gets away, throws the ball to Hughes. Out back to Brown. Brown tries to get an offload away, can't. 5th tackle for New Zealand. They're 20 metres out from Australia's goal line. And Mitchell takes the ball. It was another kick from Brown where they had some success in the first tackle, that try, but second half it hasn't come off. In Australia, they're currently 10 metres out from the rolling goal line. Fourth tackle, they haven't really made too many metres on this set, Australia. Tedesco wrapped up. This is a good defensive set from New Zealand. Nathan Cleary kicks the ball high and long. And they let the ball bounce New Zealand, which allowed Australia to get down there quick. But Rappin is through. Nico Klugstad's got the ball. He steps back inside. Well, that just come from Nout. That come from fucking Nout. New Zealand, they go right. Hughes, back on the inside. Asafa Solomona pushes away from Munster. Puts the ball on for Addo-Carr. And Hiku dives on the ball, but I think he doesn't look confident, Hiku. Well, the referees ruled no try, so they're going to have to find someone to overturn it. But it looked like Addo-Carr went for the ball to take it out. He missed it. Hiku's grabbed it, and I think he might have put the ball on the line. Here we go, Hughes. Good bit for Addo-Carr. We'll pass Addo-Carr. Hiku was onside. Addo-Carr missed it. I don't know what Addo-Carr was doing there. Nice. It's what I thought happens. He has grounded the ball, but it's gone on the line, which constitutes a no try. Very unlucky from New Zealand again. They've had 2 tries in the second half where the first one, it would have been a try if Hiku were onside. And this one was just, there was a quarter paid in it. And Addo-Carr, for the second time in this match, can consider himself very lucky. And that's one of my criticisms of Adokar as a player. Defensively, he's not very good. Attack-wise, open space, good. Try scoring ability, good, but defence. And I think that's why he weren't picked for New South Wales this year, because of his defence. But some very strong tackles from New Zealand here. And this is the third tackle in a row where Australia's taken the ball up and have been met by 3 or 4 New Zealand players. Australia digging deep. They go right. Travojevic. Last tackle, Australia 16, New Zealand 14. 6 minutes to go. The ball goes out the back to Cleary. 5th tackle, he kicks the ball about 30 to 40 yards, goes to wrapping it. He throws the ball into the middle of the field for Manu, who's tackled. Could it be third time lucky for New Zealand? They've had 2 no tries in this second half. The ball goes left. Fisher Harris. He's tackled by his Penrith teammates, Martin and Yeo. The ball goes left. Dylan Brown puts on the step. Nearly gets through. 4th tackle, Brandon Smith from dummy half. A great tackle over the top from Whiten on Isaiah Papali'i. 5th tackle, Brandon Smith. Tries to get out from dummy half quick. Out to Dylan Brown. Steps. Caught with the ball. Drew Muse puts up the bomb. But it's too deep. And Adokar gets the ball. And this is where Adokar's good, when he's in open space. And he nearly gets through the tackle of Brandon Smith. 5 minutes to go. New Zealand 14 trail Australia by 2 points. The ball goes to Munster. He goes for a gallop and he's caught right in the centre of the Ellen Road pitch. They go left, Cleary, who tonight has been playing a bit like Johnny Lomax, doing a lot more running. Mitchell on the outside. Adokar passes. Crichton gets the ball. What's going on there? Was it touched? Last tackle for Australia. They go right. It's Cleary. He runs at the line. He ducks his head. And he's caught about 2 metres out from the line. Could they may have just gone for a kick into the end goal or try to get a repeat set? I think Cleary was trying to go for the same play that he did in the 2020 Grand Final against Melbourne, where he just took on the line and he got over. The referees called time off and Travojevic and Manu were pushing each other. Travojevic has to be careful here. There's 4 minutes to go. New Zealand have to come up with something. They have to. They're caught in their own ends. Papali'i tries to run around the defence, but Whiten brings him down. Smith out the back. Fisher Harris. 4th tackle for New Zealand. They go right. Nothing's really happening for New Zealand in this set. 5th tackle. They go out the back to Hughes, who puts in a spiral kick. It's flat as a pancake. They let the ball bounce. Adokar passes it to Tedesco. 3 minutes to go. I think time's the enemy here for New Zealand. They've been good tonight, but just a bit unlucky. Australia's had a lot of luck. Them 2 no tries. Valentine Holmes. Up towards the halfway line for Australia. Oh, that's a high tackle for New Zealand, but the referee didn't see it. Ben Hood from dummy half. What do Australia do here? 5th tackle. There's 2 minutes to go. Cleary, what's he going to do? Valentine Holmes with a weird kick. And now New Zealand get a 7-tackle set. Well, that was poor from Nathan Cleary. That's really poor from Nathan Cleary. That's bad game management, that. And this is edge of your seat. I'm on the edge of my seat on my settee. It's Australia 16, New Zealand 14. A minute and a half to go. Out the ball. Oh, sorry, out the back, I should say. Is that Brighton the Cora that plays the ball? Out to Hughes. They're stacked on the right-hand side of the field. Manu tackles. A soft for Solomon is taken. There's a minute to go. Out the back, New Zealand. This is it. This is the last play of the game for New Zealand. They have to get something out of this. It goes Jerome Hughes with a kick. And Latrell Mitchell takes it. And then Mitchell fakes an injury. He soaks up about 5 seconds until the referee says, right, you have to get up and play it. I'm not falling for it. "20 seconds to go. I think Australia's going to hold on unless New Zealand can get a strip or do summit." Nathan Cleary pretending that he's got cramp. And Australia are through to the World Cup final, and Mitchell throws the ball down in disgust. He's not happy. But Australia have done the job. They're into the World Cup final for about the 15th time. And the New Zealand players on their haunches. Brandon Swift devastated. Joey Manu crestfallen. But Australia have done it. They're into the World Cup final. And I tell you, this crowd at Ellen Road tonight, they got their money's worth. This was a good game of rugby league. One of the best of the tournament. And Just Rugby League puts it up. He sums it up perfectly. Game over. Game over. Just had to fix that. That were a good match, like. Moses Leota doesn't look too upset about losing a World Cup semi-final. He's smiling. So Australia wins 16 points to 14 over New Zealand. And Liam Martin is the Kazoo man of the match. I think he's only about 24-year-old, Liam Martin, but he looks about 40. And now there's a bit of jersey swapping going on at the moment. Asafa Solomon is swapping his jersey with Tino there. I think for Australia it's just relief. I think that's all it is, just relief. I think they were very lucky in that second half. I think New Zealand had some good chances. 2 low tries. We're on to the semi-final tomorrow. England, our lads against Samoa. And we'll just have to see how we go. In a tough match. So Saturday the 19th of November is the World Cup final. 3:30 the coverage starts. Australia against either England or Samoa. So what did everyone think of the game? I thought it was a good match, like. Jamie Jones Buchanan.
They have to be able to take consolation of their players from that point. But at the same time, they're professional sportsmen who have got to take consolation from how we can do it. Just before we look at the match again, a bit like Tonga Samoa actually, but we were at Warrington shop last Sunday. Out there at the moment, it's just joyous to see players talking to each other, consoling each other. I mean, Moses came up to the Kiwis, didn't they, and consoled them and that. And they are all, well, their mind said something else. I'm just saying that. Look, it's the friendship.
Oh, what a game. What a game, like. Australia into the final. Again. About the 15th time. I just hope we can be there next Saturday. England against Australia will be mental, that leg. But anyway, that's been my live stream of the 2021 Rugby League World Cup semi-final. Australia against New Zealand. The final score was Australia 16, New Zealand 14. Liam Martin got man of the match for Australia. This has been Rugby League history. If you're new to the channel, you can subscribe if you want to. It's up to you. But thanks to everyone that tuned in tonight, and I'll catch us all here in the next one. All right, tatty bye for now.
We can show